In Ayah 5, Allah now calls our attention to the Sama ad-Dunya, the sky of the world, the sky above us, and Allah says, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. And indeed we decorated the lowest heaven with lamps, and made them what is thrown at the shayateen, and we have prepared for them a punishment of the blazing fire. The previous ayah directed our attention towards the 7 skies, one stacked on top of the other. This ayah directs our focus to the beauty of the first sky, the stars that light up our night sky, and the fact that they were made beautiful by design. The stars in this ayah are being described as masabih, lamps or lanterns, because they resemble a lamp in that they are inherently bright with varying levels of light and shades, like decorations carefully placed on a table or a mantle. Allah has adorned the world we live in with stars to make it more pleasant and attractive to the human eye. This reveals the love and care that Allah shows towards humanity. The beauty of Allah's creations reflects His divine beauty. As the Prophet ﷺ would say, إِنَّ اللَّهَ جَمِيلٌ يُحِبُّ الْجَمَالِ. Allah is beautiful and He loves beauty. Notice how in this ayah Allah says, Zayyana, we have beautified, as though there are many involved. This is something you'll see all throughout the Quran, where Allah is talking about Himself but uses the pronoun we. The scholars of Quran call this the majestic plural or the royal we, and in the Arabic language it is called iltifat. It's an established part of the Arabic language and something that was a common part of prehistoric literature and poetry. When a higher authority speaks to their subordinates, they refer to themselves with the royal we and say we have instead of I have. The royal we is usually used when the authority is speaking about blessings that they have given to those under them. The verse also explains another function of the stars. Allah says, وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. He made them what is thrown at the shayateen. Rujuman literally means to throw stones. It's from the Arabic word rajam, which also has the implication of something being tossed aside, like shaitan was labeled rajim, an outcast and tossed aside. Rujum is referring to those things that are thrown. Shayateen is the plural of shaitan, referring to disbelieving jinns. Jinns are of 2 types, those who believe and those who disbelieve. The disbelieving jinns are devils who consider themselves to be the soldiers of Iblis. These are the jinns that are being spoken about in this verse. The believing jinns are righteous servants of Allah and are not called shayateen. The Mufassirun explain that the shayateen or devils have no access to the upper realm of the heavens, but in order to deceive soothsayers and fortune tellers, they pretended that they had access to the heavens and could bring them information. Therefore, they would often try and approach the heavens and eavesdrop into heavenly decrees that affect human lives. If such information were to be hacked by the devils, they would use it to their advantage and seek to harm people with it. When the revelation of the Quran began, Allah appointed angels to remove the shayateen from coming anywhere near the heavens. These angels were ordered to throw fireballs at the shayateen. And according to the majority of Mufassirun, those fireballs were the stars that Allah is speaking about in this ayah. وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. We made the stars like missiles which are thrown at the shayateen. This shows us that beyond the physical world, there is a parallel unseen world that often intersects with the physical realm. This is also something that Allah speaks about in a few places in Quran al-Kareem. For example, in Surah al Allah says, وَأَنَّا لَمَسْنَا السَّمَاءَ فَوَجَدْنَاهَا مُلِئَتْ حَرَسًا شَدِيدًا وَشُهُبًا. When the shayateen could no longer get into the heavens, they said, we tried to reach the heavens, but found it filled with powerful guards and burning flames. And we used to sit therein in positions for hearing, but whoever listens now will find a burning flame lying in wait for them. Based on these verses, the stars, though millions of light years away, serve 2 purposes in the service of humanity. Firstly, They light up the night sky as decoration and a manifestation of Allah's divine beauty. Secondly, in total contrast, they are used by angels as tools to frighten off the devils attempting to eavesdrop into the heavenly decrees. According to Qatada rahimahullah, a third-generation mufassir, he says the creation of the stars are for three things. Number 1, decorating the nearest heaven. 2, to repel the eavesdropping shayateen. And 3, as signs to guide travelers. The northern star has long been used by travelers as a compass to find their way. Something we can all contemplate when gazing at the stars in the night sky is the fact that we have a purpose. If the stars in the distant galaxies have a purpose, and as we've just heard, more than one purpose, how then can human beings who have been given precious life by Allah and placed on a unique planet think that their own life is purposeless? We are in this world, living this life for a unique reason. We each need to find our unique purpose in life. Allah ends the ayah by saying, وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. We have prepared for them, referring to the shayateen, a punishment of the blazing fire. Sa'ir comes from the root word sa'ar, price, such as the price of food. The connection between the price of something and a fire that is blazing is that the same way the price of things is always increasing, this fire is also always increasing. Allah is saying that this is a punishment for the shayateen, but a possible question could be, how can fire harm the shaitan and scare them away when jinns are made of fire, or more accurately, smokeless fire? The Quran explains that jinns are created from a smokeless fire, min nar as-samum. Being made from fire does not make them immune to the harm of heat and fire. Just like humans are created from clay, yet the same clay can be used to make a brick and harm a human, so too can fire harm jinns.